Well, hello everybody. Are we there? Okay, let me make sure I turn my. Okay, there. I see myself talking. Okay, good. I never know when I start the startup when it goes off. If you're in there, like one time I was talking and I wasn't. It was still stuck on that. So, hello everybody. Hello. Thank you everybody for coming in. I'm gonna wait maybe about 5 or 10 minutes and let some people get here, and then we'll go walk around. Um, take you guys on a little tour of the main rooms that we've remodeled. Like I've said on lives before, I still have one small bathroom and the rest of my kitchen. So the kitchen's like partially done, and my Bigfoot isn't very motivated like I am. So we're not as far into the kitchen as I'd like to be at this point. But we're getting there. We had to start messing with the outside, and it kind of took us away from the kitchen for a little bit. Because if anybody knows, siding and outside work is very expensive. So there's that. Oh my goodness. And hopefully dogs will behave for me. Yeah. Because I got two that don't get along right now, my son's dog and my oldest dog. And so we've had to do some separating, which I don't like to do, but you got to keep them safe, It's kind of like kids that don't get along. Oh my goodness. It's like this weather is so weird. One day it's freezing. Earlier, like I think it was last night. Yeah, last night it was snowing a little bit. And then today it's sunny and fairly warm out. I don't understand this weather. It is not right. And then I get my Christmas tree up the other day, guys, and I've had it for a long time. And it was stored, like I used to store it in my house down in my storage area, my basement, where now smaller place. So I have a storage unit, and I'm thinking that the cold kind of got to the lights finally because they won't turn on. And we got to go through them and see which one is the problem. I hardly have time to like get a different tree at this point. I'm so bummed. So we're working on that still, but yeah. With the animals, and when the kids were little, it was easier to have a hanging tree because it was just safer having it off the floor. Still really pretty. Doesn't take up a lot of room. It's kind of space saving. Trying to drink a lot of water. The more you run around and do stuff, the more dehydrated you get. I do too. I've been wanting to do a big tree some year, but I mean, I had thought of getting, wanting to get a big old house and do all that, the big tree thing. And then I was like, oh my gosh, why? It's so much work, but it is beautiful. I have to admit. Excuse me. Alrighty then. Miss Flaney and Miss Maria G. Waiting on the girls to come in. I told them, well, and I was trying to get a time when I knew that we all would be awake about the same time, which is kind of like around this time where it's early evening. Well, yeah. So after dinner time in the UK, and then afternoon for us. So we all have crazy schedules, don't we? Insomniacs and daytime acts, who knows, whatever it is. I think I'm going to start probably in the back. I'll probably start with the master bedroom and bathroom remodel. And then I'll be right back, guys. Right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. You set your alarm to get up. Aw. All right. And I'm gonna do like light on, light off as well, because in some of the rooms, I have room darkening curtains. And so I kind of turned a bunch of the lights on that are like the what I call mood lights, like LED lighting and stuff like that. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and start back here. My camera off. So this is walking back to the master bedroom. Start right here in the hallway. This all used to be drywalled and stuff, and we did some work in the ceiling back here when we had a really bad storm, and it did damage to the roof, so we had a leak. And we put new drywall up, but we decided to put this really nice wood up. They're like wood planks, and they look really good. We love them. And I clear coated those. And then since we live in a mobile home, normally your furnace area right here would not be enclosed. It would not have a door on it, and it didn't. So we built this door. My husband's really handy. And we put the vent holes in the area where inside, it was needed. But that keeps the noise down a little bit and looks a lot nicer. And then in the laundry room, we did the same thing across the ceiling because you couldn't match the two ceilings up. There was no way to do it. So we went this route. And I did a couple in blue just to give it some color, just to kind of match the laundry room. The wall between the laundry room and the master bedroom was a normal mobile home wall, which is like a 1x4. No, a 1x2. So not very big at all, not very deep. So my husband rebuilt, we took all the whole wall out and rebuilt it and put a 2x4 wall in to make it sturdy enough to hold our sliding door that's on a rail right here. So this slides back and forth. Now, we decided not to drywall the laundry room because it's really hard to get something in an area this small. And then when you drywall, it's very messy, if anybody knows about drywall. So you get drywall dust everywhere. And I just couldn't see dealing with that in the laundry room. So what we did was we took finished plywood, which is what this is. And it's shiny because I've clear coated it. And then we did some trim on the, where it fits together, where you have your blinds. And then, so we just matched that. And then in this space right here, turn the light on. So in the space right here in the wall, what I decided to do, because there's not a lot of storage in this place either, is I left this open. So we have two cubbies basically, and that's where I keep cleaning stuff. So I just put these like things up to hook everything on. And so we did it that way there. And that worked out really well. And then over here in this corner is where the water heater's at. And back a long time ago, this was just drywall, old drywall around here, and they would always enclose the water heater wall. So if you ever had to change it or do any work, you had to open it and take the whole wall off. So what we decided to do was make it like a cabinet, and discovered that above the water heater down here was all this open space up here with nothing there. So we put shelving in, just like the shelf above the washer and dryer. And basically, I've got a little extra space for some paper towels and some odds and ends back here. So, yeah, and we just, did some plywood there. This is regular 5x8s wood, but we did the plywood back in here. So most of the laundry room is the plywood walls. This is your regular drywall with texture right here in the beginning part of it. So we did all that. And then, here we go. So this is the master bedroom. And then our ceilings aren't high enough to do the barn door rails. And I love that look. So we went with the rail. And then we just stained and built these pieces of wood that's basically like your canopy, like your cover for your rail, because it's not so pretty, it's silver. Anyway, so that gives us more space because you can open and, slide the door back and forth. So, okay, so turn the light on here. So this is coming into master bedroom. Let me turn the light up a little bit. There we go. So light on. We've got, right now we have our bed turned a different way than normally. Normally it would be in front of the window, a nightstand on each side. But because we're doing work outside and we're going to be removing this window soon to put a new one in, we move the bed out of the way so we can access the window. So I'm going to bring you in here and show you. I'll turn it back on in a second, but I'm going to show you all these crazy lights that are in this bedroom because there's so many of them. So we got a couple, well, it's hard to see them, but so that's a nightstand that basically lights up underneath. I've got these two, they call them lantern lights. That's what's up there on each side, which that one just decided to turn off on me. But I normally they're on each side of the bed. And it's clicking. And then over there, I've got a salt rock lamp. That one dims, and then the one on this side is a color changing, along with the alarm clock. I'm all about colors. And so yeah, so and then bedspread wise, we've got the whole theme is tropical, so I went with like basically the beach and the sea for the bedspread. I thought I really liked the pattern of it, and that it was hard to decide because I didn't want to go with like too much tropical stuff since I already had my palm trees and all my beach stuff up. But the really interesting thing is so we've got this right here, which is an opening that goes into the master bathroom. Normally I have these really heavy pretty drapes that have a big flamingo on them, and they're really lifelike. They're 3D, they're really pretty, but I have my mom hemming them right now because they were too long to the floor. So, and then this is our walk-in closet, which what I did with this place, because everything's so small, is I took doors off. So this is the walk-in closet. There used to be, believe it or not, a door on this, which is insane because it was opening into a wall. So there, of course, was a hole in it before we redid all the walls. But this is a walk-in closet that at one time was quite different, and I redesigned it. My husband and we built this up. So we have like the cubbies for clothes. I've got tons of shoes, so pretty much every shelf is, and they're almost all my shoes. He only has a few. And then he's taller, so I have his clothes on top and mine on the bottom, but there's some storage like underneath as well for taller boots and stuff. So the walk-in closet has a sensor light, so when you open the the curtain here, your light comes on and off, but it's automatic. And back in the day, it used to have a pull chain. It was a pull light, so that was crazy. And then, as y'all know, I love colors, so I got some tie-dye rugs here around the bed. Yeah, so this is the bedroom, and then you open this up, and we go from the tropics to under the sea to the fish. Now I'm going to turn this light off and then turn on the light over in the bathroom area for you guys. There we go. Now on that wall there, it's kind of hard to see it, but it's a light up, one of them pictures that lights up. So in here we have the bathroom. And so what we did in here was we built a side, which is like in a lot of bathrooms you'll see nowadays. This is the toilet side, like the toilet closet part of it. Nice little cubby over here. That's basically some jellyfish and a light and a lamp thing that float. And this is something that what we make them. They're toilet paper organizers. I started making these, and a lot of people have them in the family now, but I've got one in each bathroom, and it's just really convenient. Your wet wipes or phone or anything can fit up on top. You got your TP, got plenty of room down in there to get, to store a lot of toilet paper. And then this little thing on the front comes off, and as you can see, there's an opening here. So when your toilet paper roll is sitting out and it gets down to the bottom, you just turn it around, and that helps pull it out. So that's what that is. So this is the little space over here, and this is what they call a towel ladder. Holds towels. So that's our little cubby space there. And then I'll turn that light off and turn the one over here on, and then show you guys this side. So we've got basically the shower curtain is under the sea with the dolphins. I love dolphins, as you can see. And the whole beach theme is a big thing in here. The mirror is a basically um, a ship window. I thought it was really cool. And then like the hooks here are the you know, your ship hooks and anchors. I mean anchors. I don't know why I'm saying hooks. Anchors. So those are really cool. And got a sensor light here as well that basically turns on the light above your sink so that you can have your, you know, have everything turn on here. I gotta wipe out my little sink here, but this little space over here, we've got our little backsplash here, little flat shelf at the top, right there. And what this one is really interesting. Let me get the lights situated, I guess. So so what we had to do with this is I was able to find a sink top on Amazon that was a small, but no cabinet that would fit in here. So we built our own. And so I'll show you that. And so it's like two-toned, basically. The top is like the blue that matches most of the bathroom, and then the bottom's kind of dark. Let me turn on the other way. There's different lights. There's light on that side and there's light on this side. So there's like your dark, and then I've got the lighter color at the top, which basically matches the backsplash and the shelf up there. And then I'll turn this one on and I will show you guys the shower, which we plan on eventually putting glass doors on this. The solid door where one side's solid and the other side is your door that opens, but it's not going to be an open door. It's going to be a sliding door, one that slides in behind the other. Now I'm going to just turn this other light on so you can see the actual shower. Here we go. So it's Kerr marble tiles, what we went with. And then you got your little built-in cubby, which has the same backsplash as the above the sink. Now I will show you how this bad boy runs, because this is what they call a shower tower. And this big old thing does all sorts of stuff, but it all lights up. It keeps track of your temperature, tells you how long you've been in the shower. There are 4 massagers on it, and then multiple different settings. There's the rainfall at the top. That's the big one. This is the handheld. You got a basically like a tub would have. You got a spout down here for your feet, or if you have to fill up anything. So that's the shower that lights up in LED, because we love LED here. So everybody loves the shower. I just really want to get a door on it. I hate curtains. With a passion, I hate them. They're pretty, but they're annoying when you're taking a shower. So yeah, so that's the bathroom. And like I said, the way this used to be set up was so different. It's mind blowing. But I mean, this had a little bitty 24-inch door on it that was in so about right here. There was a doorway. What we did was we opened it all up to give it more space, and we put there was a big garden tub that sat on this side of the corner of the bathroom. There was a vanity in the middle, and the toilet was over here against the wall. And so the water places were all of the water connections and places were in the perfect spot to switch it up like this, because we still had the water sources where we needed them. We just basically switched the sink and the shower water sources. And then the toilet, like I said, was sitting like right here. And we moved it over there to get this more space. So yeah, so this is the master bedroom. And like I said, the whole idea of opening up this whole entryway here was basically to give it more space when you get out of the bathroom, since it's a smaller bathroom. And, you can just stretch out and walk out here and, finish getting dressed. So there's that. All right. So I will turn off these lights. I need to put more batteries in this, but this is let me turn the light on. It's a parrot picture. It's kind of cool. And it lights up, but I think one time I left them on overnight, so the little flowers light up. So I'll have to put batteries in that, because everything's batteries now. And that's my big lion. There's my Leo lion. And so my accent wall in this bedroom is orange, which kind of follows through from the kitchen into this one wall. I had all this orange like artwork, like the flowers there. And I was like, how am I going to do this if I don't have like a wall? Like I wouldn't have been able to use any of this. So I went ahead and decided to do it. I don't know if I like it sometimes, but it's neat. It's neat. You know, it works. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah. So this is the master bedroom. And now we'll go out here, and we will go back to the other two bedrooms. Now the kitchen's not done yet. Like I said, this side of it's done. So that right there is what we call look through. And what it does is this used to just be a solid wall. And I had been seeing some stuff on some of my favorite HGTV channels where they do all the makeovers and stuff. And I get so excited because I love those shows. And I kept seeing all these look throughs, they call them. And we don't have any walls in the house that's not adjacent to a bedroom where we could put one through. And I'm sitting here one day looking at this little wall, and I'm like, guess what? I think we can do it on here. And we'll make it look like a window. And so I was really excited about it. And so it's green. It's a really cool color stain I found. And then this is the front side of that. But yeah, it just makes a nice little place to put, you know, neat little stuff. And it also matches the dog feeder that I designed and built. Basically, it's a tall table. You can put it anywhere in your house. It can be in the living room, behind a sofa, wherever. And you have your dog bowls down here. Now, let me turn the lights on. There we go. Okay, so when I first made this, I had two dogs. So feeder bowl, and then the water would be in the middle. And then we got another dog. And so I made another one, and it's in orange. But it just so happened that because we made it too tall and Gizmo's really short, we used this for the two taller dogs. And then the two shorter dogs used this, and we just had to trim the legs down on this from what it used to be. And then I got excited recently and bought them a fountain. And it holds a lot of water. You don't have to fill it up all the time, and it cleans the water, keeps it nice and clean. So they really love the water fountain. So that's that, the dog stuff. And as you can see, the kitchen is orange. It's a really bright, you see this color a lot in a lot of the Mexican restaurants here and abroad. But yeah, so, all right, we are going to take a trip back to the bedrooms. The living room, for the most part, is all the way done. We've got like the Kona trim out here, and then this green is called Jalapeno Tango. I got this whole safari theme going on in the living room, so it's very animal-like, including the animals that live here. Yeah, I got a desk over here, and my work table. I'm in the middle of making a new shelf for that bathroom back there, one that's just a little bit bigger. And here's my little tiny tree that wouldn't light up for me. It's even hard to see it because it won't light up. But let me get it at an angle. It's really pretty if it would light. I can get the lights working on it. But yeah, so anyway, we'll head back here. You guys stay out here, please. All right, the dogs are trying to follow me, of course. All right, we're gonna stop at the first one, and this is the smallest room. Now on this one, we did a sliding door as well, but we did it on the inside because, you know, you can't have a door sliding in the hallway. So this is the smallest room in the house, and this is his son's room. And we redid this, I want to say about 3 years ago now. And so all of the trim and all of the stuff in here was all done. I customized the color, and then, you know, clear coated it all. And then we just built this, and it's basically, so you have a bookcase here and storage, and then a window seat area with a bench that has cubbies underneath. And then we have the closet, which is pretty simple. But we got some storage up there as well. Keep some winter hats and gloves. Yeah. Now, of course, the dogs are barking because I'm sure somebody put something on the deck. Christmas presents arriving, you know, in the mail. So, okay. So basically, one of the things that we do for the kids, sorry about the dogs barking, guys, is we'll get them things or we'll do something to their room. And so since they're only here on special occasions, we'll surprise them that way. So we'll put some stuff in the stockings, but we will like surprise them by like putting all their new stuff out. So Johnny's new Christmas presents are his new nightstand, his little you call it a projector, and it also makes sounds too and plays music through it. So that's his new thing right there, which looks really cool at night. And then he got some brand new slippers. I got everybody in the family slippers and a new gaming hoodie, jogging suit. And then the other thing that we did was when I ordered him a new bed from Amazon, it came with just like a weird color wood back. Hold on a minute. I'm going to try to get these guys to hug. Sorry about that. They were just losing their minds. Anyway, so the headboard was like a kind of like a light brown color. And my plan went from the minute I got it was to take those off, measure them out by real wood, and then we stained those pieces to match the rest of his bedroom. So the headboard is basically real wood now, not that laminated stuff that they sell. So there's that. And then yeah, so and then there's his door that slides like all the way over. So that goes pretty far over. It doesn't really need to, but yeah, it slides over. So that really helps because now we don't have a door that opens into his room. Got him a little. So I got into this habit for a while and got real excited. Started making everybody in the family these coat holders, and getting different kinds of hooks. So I found these water pipe hooks, and I thought they were just so cute. Because they match this, which is. So this is a blanket ladder, but not your typical blanket ladder. Normally you would see them on the floor leaning against the wall. But because I'm doing the space saving thing here, this one I built and we bought these. Basically, these are shelf brackets that look like a pipe. So we bought 4 of those and I attached those to this so that it would be out from the wall enough for blankets to go through. And I made it wide enough for you to put a pretty decent sized blankets on. But yeah, so he has a hanging blanket ladder instead of one that sits on the floor. So, yeah. So we got some dolphins going on in here because he really likes them too. So this is the littlest room in the house. Now we're going to go to the other biggest room, which is down at the other end, the opposite end of where our bedroom is. All right. Here we go. Walking through dogs. All right, here we go. Now we're going to come in here. Turn on her light. Let me get the light thing going here so I can turn it. Okay, so this is the big bedroom, the other big bedroom, and this is the one that we just remodeled a year ago, last year, January, February, where we took the whole outside of the front of the house out, took the bay window out, saved the main big window in the bay window, and brought the wall back flat, and then put the biggest window back in and centered it in the front. So this room has all been redone and re-drywalled, textured. The only thing I have left to do is her ceiling. We're going to be taking these white strips down, and I'll be staining blue ones to match the rest of her trim and stuff. It'll look a lot nicer up there too. But yeah, so here we go. So we got some tie-dye in here as well. She loves the mixed colors. Hold on one sec. I wish these dogs would behave. Anyway, so we've got some different artwork, some abstract artwork for her. Got her a big girl bed, so we just went with something colorful. It's like a faded comforter. It has different colors through it, and you can flip it over and use the other side, which is like a bluish aqua color. Um, and she's got the other nightstand in here right now. That's sorry, I'm trying to. You always see something when you're doing something, but she has the other nightstand in here that So it's the other one from. I got like a set of two. So once we get our room situated, put our bed back, then this one will be on the other side of our bed. And then I have the other one that looks just like her brother's for her in here. We just didn't, waiting until we switch everything around. So yeah, so this is AJ's room. And this is her basically over here. I'll turn the light off for a minute because it looks really cool. But this is her building. So the desk goes from side to side. This is a little cubby. And we got, the shelves up there. Let me give you some light here. So we got the shelves up there. And like I said, I do the staining and all the wood. Then hubby cuts it and gets it all shaved down. And then I get on it and I stain everything. So we've got this, a little spot for her. And it's really nice. It has an automatic sensor light that comes on. Which is nice for kids because they don't, always shut things off. So, yeah. All right, here we go. Trying to get the curtain situated. Once you mess with something, right? But yeah, so, and then she's got a pretty big, let me turn the light back on. She's got a pretty big room too. It's interesting, honestly. When you get ones at the end of each of the ends of the house, it really makes a huge difference. So to show a difference between the walls, what I want to show you guys is that this is a standard trailer wall. You got like your strips that are going to cover, your drywall, seams. I couldn't think of the word seams. And hi, lunch lady. Hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm rambling. Hi, Dustin. And so basically the difference is in new drywall is you're not going to have all this. You're going to have a nice smooth wall. So this is the last wall that needs finished in her room. And then, of course, it'll be the same color as that. And then we have to take it into the closet as well. But this is the last wall. This was her accent wall. This room used to be all pink. It was the first color his daughter picked when we first said, okay, we're gonna do a makeover to all the rooms. And so, and then she's got a little blanket ladder here. She has enough room, so we've got her a traditional one that just leans on the floor with her little mirror up here. And then, yeah, so, and then we built one of these little shelves. So her, Xbox, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, Xbox, because, the video games are the big thing now with the kiddos. So they have that, and that keeps it from getting broke and stuff. You know what I mean? You know how they get. If it's out of the way, it's not going to get as broke as easy. So now a plan for when we redo this wall is we're going to make what I call this is like a horizontal shelf. We're going to make a vertical shelf because this actually can sit upwards, or like vertically. So I'm going to make a vertical one and it'll sit kind of along the wall, but it'll be kind of hidden more. I won't be sticking out into the wall so much like this one is. And so that'll be nice. And but yeah, that's this room. And then on hers, I made her this too. It's basically, it's crazy, but this used to be one of those racks that had the hooks that went over your door. And I always hated those because they always tear up your door, right? So I had my husband cut the hooks off, and then we screwed it onto this to match her room. And because I loved it because of the colors. I mean, there was still a perfectly good thing. So we just reused it and made a rack for her to hang her coats on, or her hats and all that good stuff. But yeah, so there's the difference. So here's your regular old trailer wall that's been painted over. Okay. And then here's your drywall with texture. Quite the difference. Quite the difference. So yeah. So those are the rooms back here that we need to that we've gotten done so far with years and years of working on it. I'm telling you. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to get a lint roller on here on her bed. It looks there's fuzzies on it. I hate that when you get fuzzies on stuff. It'll drive you crazy. But yeah, so and then those are the curtains that go over her window or her closet because she has a big closet. But they used to have the sliding doors on them that would slide back and forth. And those are so annoying. We were never putting those back on. So I just go this route because I got like the mounts that come from the ceiling. So they're a ceiling mount bracket so that it doesn't have to mount on a wall and be weak. So it just goes right there. It just sits nice and it's kind of like an under the sea look. It was bright and vivid and I thought it looks really nice against her green over there. So that's what she got. But I do need to have my mother help me hem. They're very long. They're probably about 3-4 inches too long. I'd like to have them sitting right at the floor opposed to being tucked down under like I have them now. But so there's that. That turned that bright light on now. I seen that I need to get the old lint roller out and get that taken care of. Alrighty. So basically that is the main areas that we've done construction on and completely changed out. The 3 places the ceilings have been completely redone was the bathroom in my bedroom that I showed you, the ceiling in the smallest bedroom, and the ceiling in my walk-in closet because those all had to be replaced. So those have all been changed. Now what was I going to do? Okay. Oh, see, I have to put things places so I remind myself of what I have to do or I'll forget it. So putting the old lint roller over on the old work table so I won't forget. It's just so funny how some material never gets linty and then other stuff, I don't know what the deal is. But yeah. So, but yeah, I'm excited though to get the kitchen finished someday. I've been waiting a long time to get this kitchen up and going, and you're driving too. Hey, BG. Hey, everybody. Oh, wow. There's some vehicle outside, and we got a lot of delivery trucks coming through because of holiday. Obviously, there's a lot of gifts being mailed, and people have ordered stuff, and these guys just don't seem to be digging it. But the thing that's exciting is that the amount of money that you save when you do all your own work it's just unspeakable. Trust me, it's amazing. Hold on a minute. Okay, I had to get the grumpiest dog outside. He was just mad. He wants to go out there and observe that it's just a truck running over at the shop. But yeah, so the kitchen's going to be amazing. I've had that. I mean, I'm glad I actually probably didn't do it when we were first going to do it because we've changed our minds on how we want to do it a couple times, and I'd rather be completely sure and then not have to change it later. So, but anyway, back to what I was saying. So as far as like the rooms go, if I would have ordered or hired anybody to make those build-ins that we made ourselves, it would have been I can't even tell you how much money it costs to do that kind of stuff, and we did it ourselves. We usually look at and pretty good for some like different pieces of wood, different stuff that might be sometimes on sale. I think we were looking for a big, strong piece to make her desk, and I remember my husband called me from the lumberyard. He goes, "I found a piece of really big, strong wood that would be perfect for the desktop," and it was like on clearance for $10, and I was so thrilled because I was thinking it was going to cost quite a bit. So the smaller pieces that the shelves up above were actually quite a bit less than or quite a bit more, sorry, than that big piece because we got such a good deal on it. But I just absolutely love it. I love buildings. When you live in a smaller place, a mobile home, um, this place had no storage and was so unorganized when I first moved in or first started hanging out with my guy. And over time, especially with little ones, just trying to integrate the place and get it, kind of grow with the family type thing. And we took a lot of the kitchen out. I mean, I can't say the kitchen hasn't been, but we started remodeling it and stopped. And but we've pretty much taken everything out of here. That's the old kitchen, but one set of cabinets, and then the bottom cabinet sink area. But the rest of it's all been torn out. So nothing about even this room remotely looks like it used to now. Let me show you. So this side of the kitchen has all been remodeled. It's all done and everything like that. And then part of this part right here, but we still have all this other side to work on yet. So there's that. But yeah. So I'll be excited though when we do that. What we're gonna do, and my husband was kind of excited about it, is we're gonna do like live videos. We'll probably do like a series, and we'll have to go live obviously quite often to do this, but so that people can see progress. But we'll work on, so as he's working on tearing out and stuff, we may do a little bit of the demo because sometimes people get excited about demoing. I don't know, but we'll make it fun. And then as we're doing the work and building it up and putting it together, we'll show that the progress, because it's really fascinating to see what something starts at and the way it looks, and then what it begin, and then what it looks like when it's finished. Because believe it or not, with all those projects that I just showed you, I've got video, not video, but sorry, I have photos of before and after of all of those different jobs. Quiet. And so yeah. And I should figure out a way to put them into like not a clip, but like what do you call it? Oh shoot, I'm trying to think of like when you set it up and then you show like the progression. So you put all the different pictures together as they go. It's kind of like anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Like slideshow. It's called a slideshow. So a slideshow. And I should do something like that, because that would be really cool to do a slideshow of that stuff if people wanted to see what those rooms looked like before, because you wouldn't even think that could be the same room. And the funny thing is, like, I remember when we first started doing some major stuff, people would come over that hadn't been here for a long time, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is not the same place. But yeah, it is. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab that dog from outside. Okay. Switch, switch, switch. All I do all day long is switch dogs around. Gotta line them up to let everybody out. It's like a preschool letting kitties in and out of the bathroom. Oh my goodness. So how's everybody else's day going today? This lovely, lovely day we're having here. It's actually quite nice up here, considering it's a bit brisk outside, but it's not like, I don't know. I would say it's probably close to 40 degrees, not 20. When it's 20, it's so cold. Seems too organized for me. Well, yeah, but at least when it's organized and there's not I have no trouble finding things, and it makes it easier for the kids. They know where all their stuff's at, and but yeah, Beachy's a smart aleck. Oh lordy. I miss being able to go outside and do lives. I love sitting outside. I hate being inside so much when it gets cold. I'm ready for the weather to change. Now, I'm probably going to go live again here in a little while. I got to get this stand set up for my phone, but I'm going to make chili, and was going to make that and do it with you guys. And if you miss it, you can always do the rewatch. Obviously, we all have had to do that before, right? Especially if I miss a show that's really good, and I'm like, oh my gosh, at least you can, at least it's there to watch. So that's the good thing. But yeah, I was wanting to do, and I want to try to like get it close to the time that I'm going to be making dinner for Bigfoot anyway. So I figured I would do it when he got home here in a little while. And just and so make some chili. Show you guys how to make the chili. It's good stuff. You do, Leaning. Yeah, see, what I wanted to do was like start, like, get us back into what we used to do is we used to do bathrooms, kitchens, any room really. But we used to go and do like jobs for people. And I wanted to start introducing the customized staining and customized, trim and stuff that, building like anything that you want to match for your house, whether it be, like I said, the kitchen stuff. I got the dog feeders matching, the look through framing. When I do the cabinets for the kitchen, it'll be pine base, but the fronts will be it's called green tea is the color of that stain. It's so pretty on pine because it pulls a dark green and it pulls a light green at the same time, and it's so pretty. And so the fronts of my cabinets on all of my cabinets will be the green, but the bases will be the pine. So I think it'll look really good. And that's kind of a big thing now. They're doing a lot of different like two tones in the kitchen. And I don't want to just look at the kitchen and just see nothing but pine cabinets only. I want to get some color in there to give it some, it'll make it pop better. But the kitchen's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to get on the kitchen. We just like jumped out and started doing the outside and started messing with siding. And it's a lot more complicated than I thought, because I was like, oh, you just put new wood up and you throw it up there. No, you have to take every single window, y'all, out of your wall that you're putting the final siding on, and then you put it back in. So expanding the wall out just a little bit to put the vinyl siding on, we're taking off metal siding that's on now, it literally causes the window frames to be a little wider and deeper. So all of the window frames that we've made customized, every one of these, right? So none of them are original to the mobile home. I would have to fix every one of them, redo them, or add in the space. And that's a lot of them. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do all that. But because then my husband just did the back, where that little bathroom window was that you could see with the dolphin curtain on it. And it's a long, skinny window. But what we had to do there is when he put it back in and he built the wall out, I'm looking in there and I'm like, oh my gosh, the frame don't fit anymore. I finally realized why. And he was like, I told you. And I got all the Christmas present stuff ordered. Not everything is wrapped. Some stuff's not going to get here till like right before, so cutting it close on some things, but the majority of it is here, so that's good. Now if I can just figure out how to get the lights on my Christmas tree to just light one more Christmas, that would be so great for the kids. If it wasn't for kiddos being here, I wouldn't be that worried about it, but I wanted to do it for them. So Be right back. Gotta go grab the other dog from outside. Wow, these guys are wound for sound. I'm telling you, I wish I had as much energy as they do. When you bring one in from outside, they all go mad. They all start running around, chasing each other. It's like they have to reintroduce themselves to the inside from the cold. I don't get it. Oh my goodness. It exhausts me watching them, I'm telling you. Calm down, please. Hey. Stop. Settle. Settle down, please, and thank you. Thank you. Okay. I know it's cold out there, but you're all right. In and out as fast as you could, huh? Oh my goodness, you guys. Yeah, I think I took everybody outside. Maybe I should go outside real quick and show y'all. Yeah, let's do that. I'll show you the front of the house, which is the finished version, and then like vinyl siding to metal siding. That way you can get an idea of what I'm talking about when I'm talking about why we jumped outside because I sneak past this dog. See if I can get out here without falling down. I'm gonna uncam here and hold on for dear life because it's a little icy out here, y'all. Okay, here we go. We have some stupid weather recently. Okay. Oh, we got somebody's working on something across next door neighbor. Okay, here we go. Okay. So here's the front of the house. Here's the front. It's sided, right? Love this color blue. And then you walk over here, and this is the metal siding. This is the two-tone that this house was. I cannot stand it. So we are basically working on this side coming up, but we're coming in the back there. And then my dog is going wild. Yes, get up here. Is that scaring you? That tool is scaring. Oh, what's going on? I must say hi to YouTube. Yeah, hi everybody. Oh, yep, you're cold. Okay, hold on. All right, trying to get in the door with him. She was all stuck to the. Yeah, be good. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta go wrap this up real quick. Right back. We got one that went mad. He's got the zoomies. So we've got the zooming problem. where they go and run all over and destroy like 10 things in 5 minutes because chasing each other. You guys good now? Can you chill? Lay down, be good. Hmm? Yeah, get down. Be a good boy. Yeah. How about we get some toys out? Here we go. How about that? Go get that. They get like onto a toy that they really like, and then they all start going for it. It's like, really? There's 20 more where that came from. Get another one. Thanks, Becca. I'm out of breath from running up and down the stairs. But yeah, so that vinyl siding looks amazingly better than that old metal siding. Years ago, I first was like, well, why don't we just paint it for now, until we do side it someday, because it's a lot of work to side it. Um, and then recently I ordered the siding for the back, and it got here, and my husband's like, it's not the same. It was the same color, but there was something different about the way it lapped. And I was like, oh my God. And so we checked all the numbers, we double checked, and they're all the same. So we don't know what the deal was. And I mean, I did order it almost a year apart, but anyway. So we took it back, but it was a special order. So I lost like 30 some dollars off that when he returned it so I was like, wow. And I mean, I even had him tear the sticker off the box so I could make sure the numbers matched. And I was just so upset. I'm like, okay. So we got to make sure this round that the stuff that looked just like the other stuff to me that is the right thing. So hopefully second time will be the charm of it, and it'll come, the right stuff will come. Because there was like 2 warm days, and it was a small window for him to get those put on. And then right when he went out to do it, he was like, oh, it's the wrong stuff. I'm like, no, it cannot be. And I was just like, no way. But unfortunately. So we're going to do the back and then start coming up this front side. And I was counting all the windows, you guys. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 windows on this side. Every one of those windows has to come out. So that, yeah, there's that. Nothing's ever easy. So yeah, and then to solve the problem with the window frames not fitting, I think we're gonna get some wood and cut it down, and I'm gonna stain it, and we're gonna fill it in that way, rather than taking every frame out and remaking every one. If that would be so much work, I just no. So that's the plan. That's how we're gonna fix it. It is a lot of work, lunch lady, but yeah, for sure. Um, this weather's even more crazy though, because every once in a while you get a decent day where you could probably get some work done. So this dude right across the street, when I was walking out there, he's already, he's taking advantage of that. And I know we need to go up to my youngest son's camper and get it winterized the rest of the way, because it's getting chilly, and he's got heaters and everything. But yeah, we got some windows to cover, and he's got a big cover that goes over the whole camper. It really helps keep it insulated in the winter. So he's too short and too small, and it's like a 2 or 3 person job to get that thing on. We were laughing so hard when we first bought that last year for him, and I was like, dude, it comes with this pole that you put up in there so that you can guide it up over the top. But it was fun trying to watch my husband do it, even though he's tall. He was having a hell of a time too. Oh, really? Yeah, we had a couple days where it rained all day, and I was so sick and tired of it. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm not about. I like little bouts of rain if I don't have to go anywhere. But right now, with us doing this work on the house, I'm not real fond of the rain, because we have our whole entire master bedroom window that had been all reframed and everything, and all in this pine. It's so pretty. And there, when he took the back apart to re-insulate and put moisture barrier in last winter, all of the vinyl, or not vinyl, all of the metal pieces that didn't get put back on that used to be there, a little bitty like spot somewhere was allowing water to get over and fall into the window frame, and it was going on way before I ever knew it was. So it's pretty well ruined. It has to be replaced. But that window needs to come out anyway, because we're probably going to have to replace that one. So, and get this, this is all stuff that I had wanted to do all year long. Been talking about it since we did the front of the house, because I know how we always end up trying to get something done, and it's already like winter, and it's already cold, and it's already like a hard, it's hard to get out there and do it. But I'm like more of like, let's get it done, go get her type. And my husband's more of a procrastinator. So that's where we differ. So, but we have a shed to build, the outside to finish, the kitchen to do. So there's still quite a bit to do. The other small bathroom, we won't have to do quite as much as we did to ours back here, but because it's a tub shower combo, and we want to try to possibly keep it that way. If we sell the house and a family buys it, then there's a tub for children if they have a family. And then we have the one in the master that's a walk-in, so better for people that can't climb in and out. So I want to keep it fair, in the bathrooms. So otherwise, I would just do the same thing back there we did back here. But we'll have quite a bit to do back there as well. But it's not like at the top of my list. But the kitchen has been. Kitchen trumps bathroom. Anyway, but if any of you guys came in before or during the time that I was doing the tour, just go ahead and do the rewatch. Biggie, whatever. But just yeah, I'll try to, like I said, keep you guys up to date as we do things. I have a couple more things I'm thinking about. A possible built-in drop-down table in his son's room right next to that blanket ladder, where it would fold down when it needs to be used, but then lay against the wall when we're not using it, since there's not a lot of room in his bedroom. But it would be nice for him to have something like that, because his sister has that full desk in there. But she's pretty cool about letting him go in there if he needs to use the desk or whatever. And I have a desk out here as well. But he's got his little comfy chair, and then his stool actually acts as a table as well. If you flip it over, the other side of it is a flat table. And so he really likes to sit there with that and use that. But yeah, so what we do is I'll buy them gifts, and we'll get them things for like special occasions or holidays as Christmas, and we'll put most of their gifts out in their room to surprise them, right? And then for the stockings, we'll put a couple of the gifts in stockings, the ones that but for them, it's just as exciting as ripping it out of a package, because it's something in their room, and their eyes, like when they open the door, it's a surprise, just like when you open the wrapping paper, right? Their eyes go to, okay, what is it? What's the new stuff? Like, what did I get? What's my gifts? And they've always loved it that we do that. There's been times when we didn't have a whole lot of money in the past, or Dad was out of work, and we would build them really cool things and make them things for Christmas and gifts for birthdays and stuff. And they really loved it, because to them, like, not very many kids' parents do things quite like that gift wise. They get them presents, you give them something, or you take them somewhere special, whatever. And so sometimes we do things like that instead, but yeah, they really love it. And I've always been into decorating and designing and stuff. It's been my whole thing since I was very young. I've always been into it. And I've only owned a couple of houses in my lifetime to where I could actually, where you can actually do what you want to do with your own place. So that's the nice thing. Please go lay down. Go lay down. Go. Everybody else is taking a nap. Now it's your turn. I got 2 down and 1 to go, y'all. No, you're good. But yeah, so I definitely have to make the chili today, because I just got the meat. Like, I never go more than a couple days, and then I'm like, I gotta cook the meat. So I mean, I could cook it up, and I could do the live tomorrow making the chili, because I can pre-cook the meat and get it ready, so that when I'm putting it together, I mean, most people wouldn't care if I didn't show them the part of the ground beef, but it is kind of part of like what I do next to the meat. So yeah, maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll like pre-cook the meat and then do a live tomorrow and show the chili. And then while I'm making it, um, there's a certain way I prepare the meat, so I'll still need to do that. So it'll just cut that one little tiny part out, and it'll make it go a little bit quicker for me to do it that way. So maybe we'll do it that way. I'm just trying to decide, because otherwise I was just going to do one today, a little bit later, and do the chili then. So I haven't decided, but I will let everybody know. Hopefully I'll figure that out soon. One year when the kids went to camp, we painted their bedrooms and they loved it. Yeah, see? And that's the thing, is like the big surprises, like the things that are unexpected, you know what I mean? Because they go to grandma's and they, have all the other family members and other Christmases they go to and attend. And so there's always a lot of everything the same, lots of presents, lots of gifts, and we like to make ours different and unique because, that's where traditions start. So, another one of my old traditions used to be, and this was when my kids got older too, and everybody couldn't get together because everybody's got so many things going on. But I would just make a huge crock pot full of chili, make a whole bunch of honey cornbread in little loaves, so everybody had their own cornbread loaf, and that's what I would do for Christmas dinner instead of the traditional, roast ham, turkey, whatever you come up with, whatever. I just wanted to do something where I could make something that I could feed a lot of people at different times when they could come, and different people coming in at different times to visit. And it just works. It's the one thing that really does work. It feeds a lot of people, and it just simplifies things. And I'd get up at like 4:30 in the morning, and I'd start that chili, and I'd get that in the crock pot cooking for the day, and then it'd be ready for so we'd have like Christmas lunch. And plus that for a while that worked out really well too, because a lot of people would have Christmas at dinner time, or they would have people come at dinner, and that way it allowed other people to still be able to go and do other stuff if they had other places to go. So that was my Christmas tradition. And I'll probably do that this year. I haven't done it in a while. Are you guys okay out there? Who's coughing? Man, somebody keeps coughing out there. Goofy little butts. So yeah, lots to do, that's for sure. And the door that goes to my bedroom, it's kind of hard to notice it, but it's still needs clear coated. It's really heavy, and I've been trying to get my husband to take it off since he put it on so I could clear coat it. Because I do have the clear coat, and I got to get a bigger table out because it's a pretty big door. So I'm gonna have to use a 6-foot table, and then I'm gonna clear coat that, and so then it'll look really good with the rest of the wood back in that area, because that's all been clear coated. And I mean, if you don't know if you can't see it, you can't see it as well on camera. But when you're looking at it, like I'm looking at it every day, I'm like, I want to clear coat this door. So there's that. But like I said, I've done the most that I can over the last 6 years to make this as easily livable as possible for everybody to be comfortable and to make as much space as we can with what we have. It's a pretty big house. It's just super long, but not really wide. You know what I mean? 14 wide. So, wish it was about 4 feet wide, especially for the dogs, because they could definitely use more space to run. They have really weird rules here about fences. They don't allow fences. Go lay down, please. And so that part I don't care for, because that really makes it hard for us, because it'd be nice to just open the door, let all the dogs out, let them go to the bathroom, come in, and my life would be simpler, and so would theirs, because they could just go where they want to go instead of being, hooked out. But they don't want no fences. You can't even have your lead laying on your deck, or they'll fine you $150. It's the damnedest thing I've ever heard of. And we pay property taxes and lease here. So it's like, you guys are already getting double downed, and then that. So that really, it bums me. It really does, because when I went to visit Beachy up in Michigan, she has a fenced in yard, and it was just great being able to let the dogs just run out there and have a good time and hang out on the porch. They loved it. It was great. And my life was a lot simpler. Get out of my chair. Okay, you're in your own. Never mind. I gotta check on my dog. She keeps trying to steal Mama's chair. She's got a brand new doggy bed, a bear paw, a dog paw. It looks like a bear paw almost. It's so big. And I thought she was in my chair because she's been hiding in there once in a while. And I'm like, one day I was like, girl, finally figured out why this dog wouldn't sit on my chair. It was simply because I had this fuzzy like seat thing in the chair that I had got my daughter for her car, just in the wintertime, something warm to sit on, right? And because it's square, like some of their dog pad things that they lay on, she kept getting in the chair, and I'm like, "What are you doing in there?" It was great, but yeah, it's so different to look at my living room now compared to when I had my huge sectional in there. I literally sold that like right before I went on that cruise because it was just too much for this living room. And I've got other, like, when we start remodeling the kitchen the rest of the way, we're going to be hauling a bunch of stuff out of here. And yeah, the dogs were trying to take over yeah, I was like, I just wanted to sell it and get it to somebody who could use the full sectional all together. It's a great piece, but it's better used all in one piece. And so, yeah. And I got kind of a different idea of like sofa that I want for the future, um, and style and stuff. And I'll kind of like change whenever I'm doing like a changeover to the way I'm like, whether changing, a room around or furniture, whatever. There's always a rhyme to my madness. So like I'll get something to go, but then I'll wait a while to get the actual piece to finish it out until I've finished other projects first. That makes it make more sense to me because the less stuff I have in the way when I'm working on other stuff, the easier it is for me to do things. So that's why the couch went went out. And I'd had it so long. I'd had it since the kids were younger and at home. And we bought it so everybody could sit together as a family instead of everybody fighting over who was going to sit by mom. And so, it was time to pass it on. And yeah, I ended up grabbing a futon, which ended up being a lot smaller than I thought, but it works to throw down quick if somebody spends the night. And at the time, my son was staying here, so I thought it would be nice for him to have that to sleep on instead of the couch. Um, So in the meantime, I bought that, and then now he's not even staying here after I bought the futon. But anyway, then I got a heated massage chair, and so that's the temporary. That's like the piece of furniture. Those two things are in between now and next year when we decide to upgrade to a different couch. Because now then I'll have a futon I have to figure out what to do with. I was telling my husband, I said, I don't think I ever would have got that thing if my son wasn't staying here at the time. But by the time I got back from the cruise, he was already, off seeing with his girlfriend. So yeah, so I didn't really need the futon after all. Although then I got these crazy ideas looking at it the other day. I'm like, this thing's short enough, and if it's sitting upright, it would actually fit in the van if we traveled with it and wanted to take it with us. Because then if you went camping, you could just pull it right on out and put it up in your tent and have a place to sit that's comfy. So I've got a plan for it. But yeah, so it's a temporary fix, but it was nice. It was something, just I'm used to bigger futons, the ones with like say a queen size mattress or something on it, and so the back of it's higher up, and this one is more like a single size, more of like maybe a full size when you lay it down. So not very big. I laughed to you guys for so long after I got it, and every once in a while I'll look over and get a chuckle out of it 'cause it's really short. But then I got to looking at futons, and I'm like, well, none of them are very far off the ground. Not like a couch is. There's a big difference in 4 to 5 inches. But it's the difference in how far the back of it goes up, because if it's a fixed futon, meaning there's not a mattress on top of a frame. It's a fixed one, meaning it's all completely solid. It has removable pillows. And then if you're sitting two people on it, in the middle, there's an armrest that comes down. It has cup holders in it. Yeah. So that's how the futon ended up in the house. So yeah, And then when I do usually when I do any of my wood custom work, I do it on a work table that I just showed y'all a little bit ago, right here in the living room. If I'm doing multiple things and I want to get multiple pieces of wood done at once, I'll have a table set up in the living room and then one out here, and then I'll run back and forth between them if I'm doing a whole bunch of pieces at once. But um, the kitchen is going to be an undertaking because the biggest cabinet that we need to build is because what I'm doing with the kitchen is I'm going to put a wall oven in. Wall oven and microwave. They go in a cabinet, and instead of the microwave over the stovetop like I have this past kitchen we had set up, I will have like a regular fan at the top, and then a surface top stove piece that's basically flat, just like goes right along with your countertop. I'm going with a single sink instead of the split sink. I've never liked split sinks. I love the bigger sinks, so we're gonna go with that. And we'll have two cabinets that are pantries that will basically what you call your refrigerator cabinets that are on each side of the fridge, and then there'll be a straight shelf between the two with a place to put decorative stuff on top, which right now is what I have. Here, I'll show you the top of my. I'll show you the top of this thing real quick. Okay, so up here is this is the long open pantry and then an open cabinet. And then we've got the shelf that goes between the two with, I got some decorative stuff up there. But we're going to be making a bigger cabinet over on this end. And because we can't steal out of the living room too much, this is going to be cut down to 24 inches. It's a 31 inch, which is basically your average size of a regular oven. We used to have a full size oven here. And I started getting rid of stuff so we could do the kitchen. So we left the over top microwave in. And then I bought, temporarily, I bought me this fancy oven that's pretty good sized. Where's my? It's does everything: air fry, bake, broil, roast, hydrate, defrost. It does everything. This thing does everything. It's amazing. I love it. And I can fit a pretty good size, and it's also rotisserie. So it has rotisserie. I have the rotisserie piece that goes in there. So this was my go between, you know, getting the oven for the wall cabinet eventually, and then for surface cooking, I use this right here, which is a New Wave. It's the surface top. It does all sorts of things too. It cooks things really fast and efficiently. So like, when you're boiling noodles or making pasta, that kind of stuff, that's what you do on this. So these are my two pieces that give me still accessibility to the kitchen without having the big appliances here temporarily. Like I said, once we put the full kitchen in, the nice thing will be about it is that these items right here, because we do travel and camp and stuff, are perfect for that. They're perfect for travel. I will probably make a spot in the kitchen where I will have this set up so that if I want to cook multiple things, I'd have my wall oven, my regular oven, and I'd still have this for air frying and doing other stuff. So I will try to figure out how I'm going to place those both in the same kitchen area. But the kitchen, the way that we're going to design it's going to be I'm so excited about it. It's going to be amazing. Because I'm keeping in mind that I have very little space here. That's the whole theme of doing this house. And the best way to deal with no space and not a lot of space is to put sliding doors in, because when you do cabinet doors that open outward, then you're opening into smaller spaces. So the kind of the design, the theme behind the kitchen, the under cabinets, so that's your sink cabinets, your bottoms are going to be on a small barn door rail. It's a very small one that's for small areas, and the cabinet doors will be on there. Mine is one space where it'll be an open cabinet where I will put like casserole dishes or something there. But so that way you got to be able to open and get into each space. So the spaces that will have things that we need to get into, you guys got to set them up right. So there'll be a lot of measuring going into it. But also the slide out, we've got it in here right now, but the slide out trash can that comes out from underneath the sink, that's another thing that's very convenient, that keeps your trash off the floor. I hate a trash can in the middle of my kitchen or anywhere in my kitchen. So I had bought one of these online, the under counter trash can. And I'm not sure if we'll use the same one when we redo the kitchen, because I might go with a little bit bigger can. But I made my husband take some old cabinets and some of the stuff underneath this old cabinet top here and rip it out and temporarily place this in here so we could use it, because I really needed it. And I needed the trash off the floor, especially with dogs. So, so yeah. So, like I said, we started doing the kitchen, and then of course we've decided to do a whole different design than what we originally were gonna. So, we'll eventually get this done and ripped out, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun to watch the process for sure. So I'm really excited about that, y'all, and I hope that when we get to that point, everybody will join me. And and like I said, it's going to probably be like, well, not necessarily a series, but it'll be like we'll be going live all the days that we're working on it, so that we can keep up with the progress. And like I'll be doing some filming when Bigfoot's working on stuff, and then vice versa. Then he'll film me when I'm working on like the staining and all the custom work. So it'll be real exciting, I think. What do y'all think? Not a lot of people talking in chat right now because I'm chit chatty, trying to like say stuff as fast as I can before the dogs start barking again. No, I'm just kidding. Chili sounds good. We cooked a massive Christmas meal for the kids today. Aw, I miss those. I miss the Christmas Eve dinners we used to have at my grandma's. It was a tradition. We had Christmas Eve roast every year for Christmas Eve, and I just loved it. It was great. And then on Christmas Day, we'd go to my aunt's and we'd have the traditional meal. But I loved the Christmas Eve roast, and for a long time, my mom like kept that tradition and would like we would do it at her house. But it kind of seemed like after my grandma passed away when I was younger, that like our family just kind of didn't like our immediate family did, but like our outer family, we really weren't doing as much of get-togethers as we used to. A lot of people, a lot of us moved, changed places. I don't know. Some families just kind of like, I try to stick with everybody and keep in contact, but like my aunt and my uncle and my cousins, we all didn't like stay in touch. Even though we live really close by, just as far as like getting together, we started just kind of doing individual Christmas stuff with our own immediate family instead of everybody like we used to. So I still contributed to the fact that everybody misses grandpa and grandma. That's a big part of it. It really is. Can you guys all hit the like for me if you haven't already? I would really appreciate it. I was teasing Leanie earlier, late. Well, it was early this morning on her live. I said she finally got to 1,000. I said I'm still trying to get to 200. Well, I mean 500 eventually, but it's slow going because I don't go live every day. But I definitely would like to try to go live. I was thinking, like 4 times a week would be a good amount of time, and especially this weekend we'll be traveling, so I'll probably go live and take you guys live down to Nebraska with me. We went there in the summer, and I took you guys to the train station, some places in Lincoln, but we'll be going down again to grab the kiddos, and so it's always fun to go on road trips, right? You know how me and Leanie like to take you guys on the road with us. And if I'm not live when I go on the road, I do like, videos and shorts and stuff too, just to kind of keep everybody up to date on what's going on. Yeah. Well, bless you. You need me to tap you on the back, or did you get into something you weren't supposed to eat? Okay. It's not dinner time yet, so lay down. You guys got a little longer. They're looking at me like it's time to eat. No, not quite yet. That daylight savings time, I don't know about y'all, but man, these guys were confused for a while. They kept trying to eat an hour early every day. They were just determined that it was, they just can't tell the time change. I don't know how I feel about it either, but checking the time in Michigan is 4:20. Yes, it is. Yes, ma'am, it is. Jeez, little man, are you okay? I think he's got a little bit of hair in his throat. Oh my goodness. Be good. It's not time to eat, I said. You guys got a little longer to wait. See, they really like to eat when it's homemade dog food time. And I promised Maggie I was going to make dog food um on a live, and I will do that next batch that I make them. The other day I was in a rush and I had to make it quick because they were getting hungry, and I had been waiting for my husband to grab rice, and so oh wow, we've got a squeaky going, guys. Sorry. That we got I had to make a quick batch, so and like, but I will make it probably in the next. Well, let me see what's today. I'll probably need to make it again. Well, maybe Friday or Saturday. Wow, how am I going to do that? I'm going to be so busy on Friday and Saturday. Anyway, but the next time I make it, I'm going to do it live because Maggie had requested me doing, cooking the dog food and showing everybody ways to make it. It really does save money, and it's so much healthier for the dog. And a lot of people are really talking about it a lot. I kind of like started with the farmer's dog, and then I was like, oh, this is cool, but I have multiple dogs and it kind of gets expensive. So I was like, well, instead of ordering fresh food, having them freeze dry it and send it to me, and it costs me so much, why don't I just make it myself? And then I found a couple gals that had, that cooked the recipes and did them online. And I got some ideas from those guys and just started making dog food for the dogs. Here, stop. Get. Okay, let me wipe your face. What have you gotten into? Here, stop. Come here. What's going on over here? What have you got going on, buddy? You're just like a toddler. You ain't. No, let's get him wiped down. It'd be good. It'd be good. So, yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness. But yeah, I think they're healthier when they eat the homemade dog food, and they definitely love it to death because it's just so fresh. And yeah. What is that commercial? It says no dog should have processed food for every meal. And then they show like the dry dog food, and then they show the fresh made dog food, the homemade. Get out of there. I have a feeling somebody is just snooping around over there. So what's going on? What's over here? There's something over here I need to see. Mm-hmm. That's something going on here. If a dog's nose is smelling something, you better check it out because I've learned that they know what's going on. So it's like, follow their nose. They'll tell it something. Especially if they start sniffing you. Hold on, I'm gonna talk to them away from the phone. But if they start smelling at you or sniffing on your face, you better believe that something might be wrong with you, or you might be sick because they can smell it. So it's amazing what their nose can do. All right, there. Thanks for the heads up, guys. Not sure what was there, but we cleaned it off anyway, okay? Um, so it's going to be an interesting day. Saturday we'll be in the car all day. We usually leave around 10:30. Pickup time's 5. Takes about 4 hours 15 minutes to get from our house to Lincoln, and then usually we um, get the kiddos, and then we drive back about an hour. Try to get at least back into Iowa, and then stop for dinner. Uh, in the past, we've taken the whole troop with us. I know when we took the kids back this summer, we took all the dogs and them, and we went camping, and we had a really good time the night before. But my husband's Christmas party for work is Friday. Um, And so we're gonna go to that and then leave the next morning. And I think my daughter's gonna watch the two older dogs. I'm wondering to take the younger guy. Gizmo, he's quite the handful. So, um, but the kids really like it when we bring him, and so I think we're gonna take him with us in his little dog car seat, and he sure likes to ride. He's a really good rider, so that's a good thing. Goodness gracious, you guys are grumpy, huh? Grumpy grumpies. All right, everybody. Well, I think I'm gonna close down for now, and like I said, I will pop back up with the live and post it if I decide to do the chili tonight. But I think I might try to go shoot for tomorrow and get everything set up. But you never know, I might do it tonight yet. So either way, I'll let you guys know, and I appreciate all of you coming out. If you didn't hit the like on the way in, please hit it on the way out. And if you haven't subscribed, please do that. Um, if you're out there watching and you're new to the channel and never seen it before, I'm Wild Angels Bucket List Adventures, and I take people on trips with me and on adventures with me to do different things and share my adventures. And I really appreciate everybody checking me out. And I got to start going live more so I can get more subs and get more people interested in, but right now I'm just happy to have good people that come in and show me their support. I really appreciate it. And like I said, if you couldn't make it and you didn't see the live, there's always the rewatch. I rewatch a lot of things on YouTube because I can't catch all of them. But I will be back, and I will have a post for Wild Angels Chili. So thanks, everybody. God bless, and take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.